Hey everyone, this is Mike with Real Dead, and my family, Michelle and my son Anthony, who's 13, just got back from watching Longlegs, and wow. Let me tell you, wow. So this is going to be a spoiler-free at the beginning, and then go into some of the spillers at the end of this video. We'll try to keep this under 10 minutes total. But let me first say, I want to give some call-outs right at the beginning. The director was Oz Perkins. Incredible job. Maka Monroe, I probably butchered her name on that. Apologize if I did. Nicolas Cage is Longlegs in it. Blair Underwood, who plays Agent Carter. And Alicia Witt plays Ruth Harker. Incredible acting in this movie. Probably one of the best filmed movies I've seen this year. I'm going to put this movie at the very end right up there with Immaculate as one of my favorite movies of the year, with Maxine right behind it. The storyline, I'm not going to go into that. You've seen the trailer before. Nicolas Cage's performance as Longlegs in this is incredible. All the acting, as I just mentioned earlier, is just awesome. This takes place in the 70s at the beginning, and then kind of ends up taking place in the 90s, the rest of the movie. It does have a Rotten Tomatoes score from the critics so far of a 91 and a 68 from the audience. So I will say this. It took me a while after I finished watching this movie to really kind of dissect it and say, do I like this movie or not? It is an incredible slow burn at the beginning, but it builds on itself throughout the movie. So it kind of reminds me back of the old school movies. That was a long storyline to it, not just a bunch of jump scares, to try to get the audience jumping and freaking out all over. This is a very dark storyline in this movie. Let me say that up front. If you have religious beliefs, this is another one of those movies this year. I don't know what it is about 2024 that throws religion in this movie. And I think you kind of know that with even in the trailers so far for it. So I hope that's not too much of a spoiler. If it is, I apologize. I won't go into the storyline too much, but it's kind of like kind of a reference to Silence of the Lamb. It's kind of like a murder mystery thriller story that you're trying to follow along the way of this detective and figuring out these cases. But that's basically all I can say without giving you a bunch of spoilers on it. This movie will make you leave feeling like reminiscent on the movie and be like, damn, I can't believe that happened. I can't believe this happened throughout the movie, throughout what was going on throughout the movie, from the 20-year time period. And it makes you want more. I will say that. And there could be another one down the road. Who knows? But I would give this a score, my opinion. This movie, again, is not for everybody. But I would give it a 7.5 out of 10, maybe even pushing an 8 out of 10. I definitely want to see this again. I definitely want to reference it back, and look some stuff up and see, if my opinion on it has changed down the road. But again, I definitely think it's worth seeing. I think it's a good movie. The filming is great. Perkins did an awesome job on it. It is a dark movie, as I mentioned earlier. Not a lot of sunshine and bright sunny days. It's the houses in it are like older paneling inside, so it's kind of just got that dark vibe to it. And the movie kind of will make you feel a little dirty. By the end of it, it kind of makes you feel a little dirty. I don't know. That's just my opinion on it. All right, now let's jump into the spoilers. We got about 5 minutes here to keep us under 10 minutes for spoilers. Number one, Nicolas Cage as Longlegs, incredible. Of course, we'll have to see all the actors this year and how much he was actually in the movie, but he's got this kind of like, this kind of reminds me a little bit of the character of somebody brought up Tiny Tim. I think my co-host Josh brought that up. I can see a little bit of his character being like a Tiny Tim type character, but also like a little bit of Leatherface with the makeup and the dolled up and dressing up like a woman. And just the long hair. Excellent job, Nicolas Cage. I think you've redeemed yourself for the movies you've been in over the last few years. I think his name will be brought up for potential Oscar. I don't think he'll win it, but I do think his name will be brought up several times for his performance. Incredible. I really dove in his character. Megan Monroe is awesome in this movie, but let me tell you who is even I thought even better was the character, her mother in this movie, and as Alicia Witt. She plays Ruth Harker. So let's go back and tell the story of this. It starts out the movie real quick where the little girl sees somebody pull up in like a station wagon. They get out and they're wearing, it's Nicolas Cage. He's wearing all white. You don't get to see a full face of him up front, so they kind of build that up towards the end. And he's asking to, see her or do something with her. And the mother comes up and says, you need to go away. You find that out later on, but that's really what happened. So he leaves. So then it jumps forward to she's an FBI agent. She has like this sixth sense where she can tell when things are going on. She passes an FBI test, guessing a number between 0 and 100, and she got it 8 times in a row right. She says, well, I've missed it so many times before. Her and her partner go out on this crime scene, and she tells the guy which house the killer's in. He didn't want to listen to her, but he goes up to the door, and the guy gets his brains blown out. But the Agent Carter knows she's got that sixth sense, and he needs her on this case. This killings have been going on for over a decade. There's a lot of spiritual undertone to this movie. This is an occult movie. We're going to go ahead and spill the beans on it. This is probably one of the darkest movies with, the Satan worshiping the man downstairs is what they call it. They bring up Revelation 13:1, which talks about the beast with 2 heads. And in the killings, the birthdays of every one of these killings that's happening is the 14th. Their birthday's on the 14th. Revelation 13:1. 13 plus 1 is 14. I think there's a symbolism there. But the big twist of this movie towards about 3/4 of the way through it comes out where there's these creepy dolls that are found, and the dolls are found in the homes of the killer. I mean, the people getting killed, and come to find out, it is Nicolas Cage's Longlegs that is creating these like Megan type dolls, but not AI dolls, that have this sapphire. And to me, what I'm seeing is like a spirit inside of that, of the demon or the devil, of him inside of it as well. And he's putting it inside this doll. And when this doll gets into the house, then it tells the people there in the house to kill the rest of the family. And then it goes back and shows scenes from previous killings, and like the farmer, the guy coming in and axing the priest and killing his wife and killing his daughters and kids. But Longlegs, who's Nicolas Cage, is talking about the man downstairs, being the devil. But what's the trick of this, and what swaps it at the very end of it, is his cohorse, or his person that's helping him out, is Agent Harker's mother. From the very beginning, she had met him, and he told her that he was going to kill the whole family. He was one of the early ones where he was doing alone. And she said, hey, I'll help you out if you just save my daughter's life. So she's been in on this the whole time, helping put these dolls, and she dresses up like a nun. She goes to the houses, and she says, hey, you won this from the church. And she goes in with this, and then she watches this spirit inside these dolls, this little sapphire, start speaking to the members of the family, and they end up killing themselves, or she helps them out kill them. So it's just like this whole demonic type evil presence the whole movie. It is a dark movie. If you're not into spiritual stuff, you may not like this part of it. There's references, there's codings and algorithms to decoding a message that he leaves, and all these symbolisms throughout it. I don't think it's as good as Silence of the Lamb, don't get me wrong. And it is more of a thriller to me, like a mystery, than a true horror. But it is horrific to think this could have happened. And then by the very end of it, you find out, when Lee's mother has been helping him the whole time, thinking that she grew up the whole time in that household, and he was the man downstairs. He was building those dolls in her basement downstairs of her own house. And just how weird that is, and how he probably was up seeing her at night. I mean, it just makes you feel all creepy inside, but very good movie. I think it is a little bit elevated in horror. I do want to watch it again to see if that changes my mind. I really didn't know what to think of when I first walked out. I was like, it was good, but was it that good? And I was like, I don't know. I've not seen a movie this dark in so long, where it's just a dark presence throughout the whole movie. There's no sunshine and rainbows. I promise you that in the movie. And then the very end of it is very unsettling as well, as her partner, Agent Carter's, he kills his wife. She shoots him. They don't say if he dies or not, but he may have. And then her daughter is like, has the doll right there, and she's like already like not possessed, but she's like wanting to hug on the doll and not let it go. The Agent Lee tries to shoot, Harker tries to shoot the doll, and she runs out of bullets. So that's kind of how the movie ends. And they do some other reference back to Nicolas Cage's Longlegs character. But read Revelation 13:1 when talking about the two beasts, one out of the sea and one at land. And it kind of makes sense that he is the one that supposedly is feeding the bigger beast. He's the one on land doing it. So tell us what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe to our channel, Real Dead. We're doing, trailer reactions, movie reviews. I definitely think this is one to see. You can wait till it comes out if you're kind of like, I don't know about all that. It is a deep movie. It's not going to be for everybody, and that's pretty evident why the critics give it a 91 and the audience is giving it below a 70, like in the 60s. It is a dark movie that will make you kind of get goosebumps at the end of it, to know that that's been going on for all these years, and her mother was doing it. But her mother was doing it to try to save her life. But in this situation, evil is always around, and that's the way it is today. If you believe or don't believe spiritually, evil is people are mean. Just so that's how it is. But tell us what you guys think. Again, have a great day. Hey, go see a movie and keep it real. This is Mike with Real Dead, and our co-host Josh. We're going to go live tonight. Check us out on our channel. Subscribe to our channel, and we're going to talk about horror movies tonight. Have a good one. Bye.